You were born with wings. Learn to use them and fly. Why crawl when you can fly? My deepest welcome to all the listeners and viewers of our channel Behind the Stories, a channel which promises deep research, references, something to learn and improve your life, and a surprise knowledge that no one else can tell you. This short documentary will give you 3 surprises that will blow your mind. Some may have guessed who is it about. It's about Rumi, one of the most read and influential poets. His life is full of mysteries and full of miracles. As he says, you show your worth for what you seek. I hope that you are seeking truth. He also says, when you feel peaceful, joy, that's where you are near the truth. Mawlana Rumi, also known as ad-dīn Muhammad Rumi, was a Persian poet not only of mind or heart, he was a poet of soul. Born on 30th September 1207 and died on December 1273 in the city of Balkh in Afghanistan. At that time, it was the cultural hub of poetry and Sufism. Now it's called Tajikistan. His father, Bahauddin Walad, was considered the king of scholars. Now you must be thinking, a person, a child, born in such a family, how can he upgrade himself into a person with faith and love for all the humanity, where everyone in the world from every religion and culture and language were craving to listen to him and change their lives for the better? He became a universal poet of love and spirituality, uniting everyone with the magnet of love. From his childhood, he demonstrated extraordinary intelligence. His early mentors, Atar and Sunay, were very famous poets. Atar once looked at his father, followed by Rumi, and said, "Look at the sea, followed by an ocean." Yes, he was an ocean, a collection of seas of knowledge. You must have heard from the spiritual people the notion of living in the present moment. The Power of Now, one of the best-selling books by Eckhart Tolle. While hundreds of years back, he said, "Don't look back. None knows, however, the world began. Do not fear the future. Nothing lasts forever. If you delve in the past or future, you will miss the moment." This beautiful meditative state of enjoying the moment is represented by the dance of swirling dervishes. You must have seen the paintings. It's a practice in his mausoleum started by his son, and it's depicting the meditative state which we are going to explain at the end of this documentary. After migrating because of the wrath of Genghis Khan and Mongols and his sons, his greatest works were in Persian language. People used to come to listen to him and get in touch of their souls. His poetry healed others and gave them the knowledge which they didn't have before. But what changed him drastically was a miraculous incident that we are going to talk about now, which changed his intellect to the next level, his love to the level of ishq, that is deepest part of love, where one forgets himself and becomes united and one with the Creator himself. As Rumi says, love is the sea where intellect drowns. Once Rumi was asked, "What is love?" Rumi said, "Dissolving the will." Now the incidents that changed his life altogether and made him a universal poet of the world. Here's the surprise number 1. After this incident, he was so influential. According to BBC, he is the bestseller poet in United States. There was a man known as Shams Tabriz, a disciple in a scholarly school, whose mission was to convey the knowledge he was given to a person known as Rumi. When he came to his city, he listened to Maulana Rumi's lecture. There an incident took place. A woman who was a prostitute by profession and not by choice, perhaps by circumstances, was very much influenced by Rumi's poetry and was listening to him in his lectures, trying to change her life for the purification. But a law person who was willing to sleep with her was not happy because she declined, hoping to change her life. What he did is angered the mob against her, and they started to stone her and beat her, telling her to get out of this purified place. Outside the mosque, this beating and torture was not tolerated by the person called Shams Tabriz, who was there at that time. He was the one who saved her, protected her, and gave her shelter. Here's a lesson: don't judge people. As Rumi himself said, a person who exhibits his goods and evil strengths and weaknesses is not flawed, he is complete. The Sufi believe that everyone has a potential to become purified, as in his or her roots there is love and spirituality, alive in a vacuum, craving for peace and love. Here's a test for you. Look around you. The people who are religious are fighting with each other, and people who are in love with nature, with spirituality, are in love with the whole humanity. Simple question: why would God give birth to a person into a religion that he hates and punish him for that? It's not that. Deep inside, everyone has a common soul. Now for the surprise. Hope you will try to comprehend and understand it. You've heard of Madonna, the singer. Her life was about crash trying to find love in things and places where love is not there, but there she found only lust. Now, under the influence of another healer, Deepak Chopra, she is singing the poetry of Maulana Rumi, followed by other celebrities also. As Maulana Rumi says, many of the faults that you see in others is your own image reflection in them. So what did Shams Tabriz teach him? As Maulana himself says, yesterday I was clever and wanted to change others. Today I'm wise. I want to change myself. Yes, my friends, change yourself and you change the universe around you. Sometimes you cannot change the people, but how you perceive them will change your life and perhaps theirs too. Shams Tabriz went to him while he was working as usual in deep concentration. Shams disturbed him and asked, "What are these?" pointing at his books. Rumi, being polite and a patient man, tried a simple and short answer. He said, "Something which is beyond your knowledge." As Rumi lost the sight of his working place, Shams Tabriz threw all his work of books and poetries and healing texts into the pond of water. Ink was spilled in water and all the writing and scriptures were gone forever. When Rumi realized, he said, "What have you done? You have ruined all my life's work." Listening to that, Shams Tabriz picked up the book from the water, gave him back, and they were dried as they were new. all writings preserved as if untouched. Astonished as he can be, Rumi asked, "What is this?" And Shams Tabriz cleverly said, "Something which is beyond your knowledge." Beyond that day, he and Shams became very deep friends, and Shams became his mentor. Although he was not that presentable and people didn't like him, but that was a secret treasure hidden inside the heart of the man. Rumi and Shams used to sit in the library meditating as if transferring the knowledge from Shams to Rumi, and they became so attached Rumi's wife had to give them food in their library. What he saw in Shams Tabriz was reflected in his saying, "If you're looking for a friend who is flawless, you'll be friendless." Longness of things. There is a field. I'll meet you there. Now for the final surprise, and a great one.